Hey, welcome back to Bookshelf of Opinions. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Elizabeth. This is our April episode!
If y'all hadn't caught on, we are at our monthly episode, which is great because that means we just get to talk about our books of the month and everything else that happened in the month. So,
yes.
Buckle up. This month's episode is The Inmate by Freida McFadden. I haven't read it.
I only have it on my Kindle, so just imagine I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. But first, Hannah, what have you been listening to?
I'm so glad you asked. The Great Divide album by NOAH KAHAN, because it's released.
Nice. Do you have a favorite song from it?
Right now, I don't think I have like a favorite, but I have a lot that are all tied. Like The End of August, Standing Still, Haircut, Dashboard, Dan.
Yeah.
There's lots on there that I'm like, I want to listen to it like all the way through again. Like I didn't listen to it till, I guess, technically like more like 2 days after it came out. And so I want to do it again. And
yeah.
But it's been on the background of everything that I've been doing the past couple of days. So what about you? What have you been listening to?
I feel like I've been listening to so much, but also nothing at the same time. So I have been listening to a lot of Avery Anna and Sam Barber. I just really like both of them together, but I just really appreciate Anna Avery, or is it Avery Anna? I think it's Avery Anna. Yeah. Like, voice, and she tells a lot of great, sad, but honest stories in her songs. So anyways, that, I've also been listening to NOAH KAHAN. I would say my favorite, a lot of the ones that you named, but also All Them Horses. It's good.
Oh.
And yeah, and then I've been listening to You in Your Hand by Pink because Sidetrack, which we'll talk about later, the off-campus trailer was released, and I was like, why don't I just listen to the song to make me think about Dean and Allie, you know? So
I'm so ready for their story, but I'm also so ready for the slow burn to get to their story.
Yes, which we'll talk about in a minute. What have you been reading?
So I was on a really big Megan Quinn kick.
Oh, great!
At the start of April, and read like 3 or 4 of her books back to back.
Okay.
And then finished Assassin's Blade. I'm on Queen of Shadows now, and obviously then read The Inmate. Before starting Queen of Shadows, I think. But like, yeah, it's been it was a really slow reading month, and then last week I just decided to do nothing but read for like 5 days. I mean, I did other work and stuff, but like,
just read.
I just read a lot. So
nice.
It was great. What about you? What have you been reading?
So I think last episode I was just starting Carrie Soto Is Back, which I'd already read. It was a reread. And I read that. Then I read The River Is Waiting, which was really good. It's kind of like fiction, but it's more of like a life story.
Okay.
Then I read The Inmate, obviously, which was a reread because I already read it before. And then I kind of just went on a rampage of thrillers and Freida McFadden. So I read The Good Lie, which is not by Freida McFadden. And then I read The Dinner Party, which is one of Freida McFadden's books where you have to, like, you can read it and you choose which chapter to go to. And so you can read it multiple different times and it's different endings. And you are the character. That one was really good. And then I read The Best of Friends by Lucinda Berry. And she writes a lot of mystery books. I feel like the plot twist was underwhelming for me, unfortunately. Then I read Dear Debbie by Freida McFadden. Surprise, surprise. And then, because of Off Campus, again, I was like, you know what? I haven't read Off Campus series in like maybe 4 years. So like, I'm going to reread it. And so I just finished The Deal and I'm on The Mistake. Yeah. Right now. I always forget Logan and Grace's story is the second one for some reason. I forget it. But yeah, I'm on that one.
Such a good series.
I feel like we need to do an episode where we can not compare, but like we talk about the parallels that are so similar of the off-campus series to the Chestnut Spring series because a lot of like the stories and characters in the order they're in kind of match up.
Yeah, I see it.
So that's just my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
sorry, I'm actively like taking my nails off because
you're okay. I couldn't tell what you were doing, and I was like, I'm just not even gonna.
I decided it was time in the middle of recording. So yeah, Off Campus is
yes. Tell us your thoughts as a avid hockey reader.
I'm very excited. They're a yearly reread for me now. Based off the trailer, I am very pleased with what we are going to be given.
Yeah, casting.
And this isn't casting impeccable. All the Briarmen, so good. It's one that like, I don't know. Outside of like dystopian or like fantasy adaptations where I would want them to be like perfect word for word, a book like this where it's more like, yes, it's romance at the end of the day. And so I'm okay if it's not an exact interpretation. Like if or let me rephrase, if it is an interpretation and not an exact remake of the book. Like I want the core and like within the first book, like Hannah has a very important storyline. I would love to see that. Same with Garrett and his relationship with his dad. Would love to see how that all like that has to stay the same because that is their story. But beyond that, like the creative choices that they make to get to the end, as long as the core of, I mean, if you look it up at all, you'll see that like fake dating is its trope. Like as long as that stays the same, I don't care how they get there. And obviously, we are based off of watching the trailer. You can see some of the changes already starting to get made. So, I'm very excited. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Which, like, some of the changes is like I have learned over time that like some changes are needed because of just the screen to like having it be visual. I agree. Casting amazing. I loved how we got like a 0.5 second snippet of Dean and Allie. Like literally nothing, but like the people who know.
But I'm glad they're starting to build now.
Yeah, that makes me excited. It has the feel good feeling of like when the Summer I Turned Pretty first season trailer came out, and you're like, what is happening? That's what I feel. And I'm excited that all of them are dropping at the same time.
100% genius. Yeah. My one thing that I'm not like, it sounds bad to say like scared about, but more nervous and intrigued about is how they're going to handle Beau's story, since then he and Dean will have been friends since high school.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I guess helps also build their story, since they're making Dean and Allie, we think, season 2.
I think based off of what they did, yeah.
And so, I mean, I guess it helps give them more longevity, but I also just don't really want to watch that. In the sense of I don't want to watch that whole... Beau is still alive in my mind.
Spoiler, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, sorry, spoiler. Yikes.
All good.
You should know, this is a spoiler episode, and sometimes
it's been
we remember
around
to say
for
spoilers.
such a long time. Yeah,
exactly. You've had time.
I'm
excited.
Anyways,
that comes out May 12th or May 13th?
May 13th.
May 13th.
Yes, which is like a Wednesday night?
That makes sense, because that was, I think, Summer I Turned Pretty released too.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a Thursday. Exciting. I'm very excited.
Alright.
Should be good.
Inmate
like there's
time?
something else that we were like, Inmate, but I feel like there's some other book news that we were like, Well, we know that season 2 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder comes out this summer. We just don't have a date yet.
But it is happening.
And then Every Summer After comes out June 10th. We got quite a bit coming out.
I'll say Our Perfect Storm comes out in next week after next.
Like next Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're about to have a new Carly Fortune.
Yes.
Which I read the prologue or whatever that I'm very intrigued for this. I actually haven't read any of it to know what it's supposed to be about. But
I'm very excited.
It's Carly Fortune, so it's going to be great.
But yeah. Let's go into Inmate. Should we?
Let's go into the Inmate.
Okay, Hannah. Since this is your first time reading it, and your brain is fresh, I want you to tell me your initial thoughts reading just kind of give me your initial thoughts, I guess. I don't really know what else to ask you.
I thought it was gonna be, so, I mean, you got my spam.
Spoiler, just, yeah.
Yeah. You got my spam of texts. I thought it was going to be very straightforward. I thought it was going to be easy. Oh, I know who did it type situation. I thought it was going to be, what's his name? I don't know. Tim, that's right. I can remember Shane. I couldn't remember Tim. I thought it was going to be him the whole time. They set him up to be such a good guy that I was like, he's going to actually be a bad guy in the end. This is going to be perfect. And that's not what happened. Obviously. My money was on Tim the entire time, and I got so excited when they found the waitress's body in his basement. Like, this is it. This is the moment. And honestly, my biggest frustration is I didn't see, even if it came back and it ended up being Shane, which I'm okay with, the twist I wish I had seen coming was the nanny. The elderly nanny babysitter being something. I was so excited when she came driving down the road to the farmhouse, and I was like, oh yes, she's gonna help Brooke, like this is gonna be great. And then she's freaking Shane's mom, and they planned it the whole time. And then her son is a little now murderer, even though she doesn't know he's a murderer. And so he's gonna have a whole bunch of trauma to deal with because he killed his dad, even though he doesn't know it was his dad. Yeah. He didn't know it was his dad.
He didn't.
He just trusted Tim that much, which I love for him. But also, I want to read every Freida McFadden book and figure out what her pattern is, because there has to be some kind of logic to how she does this. Yet, I know that there probably is none that is easily traceable in her books, because then what would be the point of her books and reading them if you're like, oh, I know what her pattern is? But it just,
I will say this. Not with enough Freida McFadden, oh, there's a pattern, but, I feel like when I read it the first time, I instantly was like, I don't trust Tim. Tim was just set up to be bad, and I think I just fell.
Thank you.
I fell for Shane, which I know is so bad, but I was like, oh man,
because he's manipulative, and she wrote it so he would even manipulate the readers.
And even when she was describing them, I was like, wow, Shane's so much hotter than Tim. Oh man. And I was like, he would never do that. He had such an unfortunate life, and Tim going on date with the girl that died in high school. I was just I was like, no.
It all pointed to him.
Yeah, but I knew, when Shane came back, I was like when he got out of prison, I was like, we still have so much left in the book, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I
was like, maybe she'll give us a happily ever after.
Maybe. I never saw the nanny coming. I never saw that. And that shocked me, because I wanted her to, because she was just such a, Josh loved her. So I was like, oh man, I knew something had to be not wrong with Josh, but something with Josh, because if we're talking about pattern, it doesn't happen every time, but most of the time, if Freida McFadden writes a kid within it, there's always some epilogue in any of her books. But there's always something where it's an innocent mistake, but it's super sinister. So I was like, something's up with Josh in general. I knew that. That's why I was like, oh, maybe he's the son of a murderer. Well, obviously we knew that. Well, we didn't know if she was going to be a murderer or not, you know? Also, Tim having the necklace, though, still bothers me.
But he didn't know. I don't think he thought of it in that way.
I don't know.
Now reading it after the fact.
Yeah. Reading it the second time, though, it stuck out to me again. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I
also think about,
I still have
Brooke
lots of
questions
about him.
Yeah.
How did he not know?
And how did he get locked in the how did Brooke get locked in the basement?
Well, because the nanny stole the spare copy of. Oh, how did Brooke get locked in the basement? I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Maybe the wine door seller really just did or the basement door really is just sticky.
Maybe it really did, you know? It's just still so interesting. There's just little things like that where I'm like, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But she has a book not similar to Inmate, but it's called Psych Ward, or it's called Ward D. And this lady she has to work at a psych ward. and it's kind of a similar setup of having to be in this place you don't want to be in. And so the entire time I'm reading The Inmate, I kept on getting it mixed up with that story, and I was like, oh, this is gonna happen, I'm gonna wait for this character. Never came. Also, the prison guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously then Shane went out, murdered him, and I didn't think that he was gonna be as suspicious as he was.
Yeah.
And I just thought he was gonna be kind of like the what's her name? Like Darlene, what was her name? That worked at the prison.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, I thought it was gonna be similar to her, like kind of just like Hunt was gonna be a throwaway character.
Mm-hmm.
But instead,
no.
He had a lot more, which I wish we had more to like actually find him likable before he snapped. But also I like the fact we never got a chance to like him like Shane.
Yeah.
Who we shouldn't have at all.
Yeah. Also, like when they were trapped in the house in the flashback, and like there's that moment in the room with Chelsea, I was like, oh my gosh. Like I for sure was like, it's Chelsea, it's Chelsea.
I thought it was going to be Chelsea, then I thought it was going to be Chelsea, and I thought, I mean, you know what I thought, because I thought all these different combinations of people were teaming up, and then I was like, it made sense for Chelsea, because she was the only one that, if the boys did what they actually said they did, would have gone without, like, having a second, like, she would have been able to get away with it. Yeah. What I also want to know, though, is why did she end up having to kill everyone else? Why did they have to kill everyone else? They were just trying to get Brooke. Did they say that? And I just don't remember.
I think it was just because it was easy. Like,
because, which makes sense then why at the start Shane was like, are you sure you don't want it to just be us?
Yeah.
Because it would have been so much easier that way.
I also totally thought it could have been, like, when they were like, no, it's Tim and Shane. I was like, yes, exactly is. Like, I went down that rabbit trail. Because I'm like, what were they talking about in the beginning? You know, like, how does Shane know so much about Tim? And then, like, how did Tim just accidentally hear that they're having a party, you know? And I still, like,
yes,
I still don't fully trust Tim. Like, I just can't make, like, so the fact for Brooke to, like, kind of end up with Tim in the end still bothers me.
Mm-hmm. To trust him enough to stay around him. Even though she's the reason he ended up in prison again. And she, I think, is going to end up in the guilt cycle of, well, I keep falsely sending people to prison and then they actually should be in prison. And what that means.
Tim just still is too pushy for me. Like, something's weird about him. Granted, it's not a real character, but, like, it's just so interesting.
Mm-hmm. And
then, like, Brooke finding out the real reason, like, her parents were like, stay away. And then how Brooke's parents died.
Mm-hmm. There's so many different things that I'm like, if you had just said it from the beginning, used open, honest communication, it's not Brooke's fault that her dad didn't take care of Shane's mom. Because then again, Shane wasn't her brother, so it's not like it was his kid he had to take care of.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's that level of, like, it. Anyway, it's just so many different things that I'm like, why? That makes me wonder why murder, which I realize it makes for a great book plot, and so that's why, but still.
Yeah. I was like incredibly sad when they found out that it was actually Shane, though. Like, it was just really sad for me. Because I really liked him. Which is really bad for me.
When he started pushing going back to the farmhouse, I got more suspicious of him.
Oh, yeah. When he came home, I was like, Also, but do you think that, like, Shane already knew he had a kid? Like, his mom was, like, telling him? Because, like, in the book, from all of this is from Book's point of view, but, like, in the book, it seems like he's, like, genuinely distraught. And I'm like, you're just that good of a manipulator, which we know you're a manipulator, you know?
I wonder if his mom didn't tell him because on the odd chance Brooke actually ended up there, it'd be easier. I wonder if it was more his mom coming up with everything first.
Yeah.
And then...
And using
it would have been suspicious
Shane as the power.
Yeah. Because it would have been suspicious if Brooke, once she started working there, like, if his mom was showing up and then she's like, oh, well, the babysitter's here, because she's obviously going to see her.
Yeah.
And then even on the flip, I don't know.
Or, like, what if she's just sending him letters, though? I don't know.
Too convenient all around.
Yeah.
which I realized they made it that way because that's what their whole plan was.
It's so good, but also, like, I'm like, ugh! Like...
Mm-hmm. I'm frustrated because it feels so obvious. It obviously was not obvious. And then beyond that, I have so many more questions, even though I have to remind myself it's completely fiction.
We need answers. No, I agree too. Like, it's just, I feel like every Freida McFadden book leaves me that way, and they're such fast pace, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And the twist, it's not like a off the chart twist where it's like, I'm not even into it because it's not believable, but it's so unbelievable, but also she connects it.
And yes, and there's just enough twists, but also little detours that she takes to get to the big twist at the end that you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I literally didn't know until you told me what was actually happening on the last page.
Yeah, like, I just rewatched The Housemaid with my sister, and I was like, like, I am able to, like, just pick up on some, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Man, she is just a phenomenal writer.
She is.
But not having to be her main gig.
Literally. I need to go back and actually look at her, like, I need to look her up because she finally, like, revealed her face and actual name.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I liked the mystery of Freida McFadden, but also way to take the credit that's deserved.
Yeah, exactly. Freida McFadden's a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a wild book.
Yeah. I don't have honestly much else to say besides it's a wild book that you have to read.
Me either. Like, I just think everyone needs to experience it on their own.
And just keep reading Freida McFadden, too.
Yes. She has so many books that you're never going to run out. And she pops them out so fast. Good. Yeah. So, I think we already said next month book is Our Perfect Storm.
Exactly.
So, this will be a new release for everyone. So, brand new, which will be exciting. It'll be nice to read. Fortune. Yes. Carly Fortune. I love every Carly Fortune book except for Meet Me at the Lake. And it's not that I don't love it, it's just not my favorite.
Which one was Meet Me at the Lake?
It was the one, is a pink cover, and he's the artist that has all the tattoos, and, like, her mom runs a, like, resort. I love This Summer Will Be Different, though. The one where they're in Prince Edward Island. But I also love Prince Edward Island, even though I haven't been there because of Anne and Green Gables and the whole story, how they did that. And of course, you can't go wrong with Charlie and Sam. And the brothers. The perfect brothers. I'm so excited.
I love the Florrick brothers.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm like, should I do a reread before the TV show comes out? But I'm also like, no, I want to kind of, like, just feel it.
I don't know. I might do a reread. I feel like there's lots of things I want to reread. Like, I do want to reread Olive Briar Campus. And I'm like, but then do I also need to reread now? Reread for every summer after.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel. I've just been doing a lot of rereads, to be honest.
Nothing wrong with a good reread, though.
No. We need that on a t-shirt. Nothing wrong with a reread. Well, I feel like this is a very uneventful, but also, like, chatty episode.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Oh, they announced the cast of Beach Read, I should guess. We have our guests in January.
Seeing them side by side, I'm okay with our Gus in January.
Okay. Good.
Is it my dream Gus? No.
No.
But am I okay with it, seeing who he has to play off of? Yes.
What's the girl's name that plays January?
Phoebe Devnor, something with a D.
I think she'll be good. Like, I don't have doubt in her. Gus is Patrick Schwarzenegger, which I had to, like, deep dive and look at pictures of him with, like, a beard and with longer hair to see check out an image of disheveled. And I if they do well, then I can see it. I think he'll be a good co-actor with the girl.
Yes. I think they're going to play off each other very well.
Yeah.
I'm curious because apparently Emily Henry follows like Phoebe on Instagram, but doesn't follow Patrick, and so I'm like,
no. And then her most recent grocery list email, it was just very. I don't know if I was reading into it, and I saw too many people post on TikTok about it, but I was like, I wonder. She said,
but also that's part of also giving over control for things to get adapted.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I trust her. I trust her. I actually got a friend to read A Great Big Beautiful Life. Wow, I said it correctly for the first time.
I'm so proud of you.
Great BBL. Because I was wearing my Little Crescent T-shirt to work the other day, and she was like, "That's so cute." And she's like, "Where is that in Georgia?" Because the book's in Georgia, and I was like, "Oh, it's not even a real place." And she was like, "Well, I want the T-shirt." And she's like, "Oh, I gotta read the book before I read the T-shirt, or I get the T-shirt." And I was like, "You do." So she said she started the audiobook, which I'm
Very
like,
exciting.
it's a good one because it's a sub romance plot. So I'm like, I think you'll enjoy it. You know,
it's a very good if you don't like romance. Even though I wouldn't say Emily Henry is strict romance, but if you don't want, if you want a little more world.
Yeah. And it kind of feels like it's a real story because it's like this life of celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guys, me and Hannah went to a disco Friday night. I can tell you all about that. It was very fun, very packed. Me and Hannah were very sore after.
Yeah, it took me the whole day to recover, all of Saturday.
Yeah.
You don't bounce back like you did at 23. I said that to my mom, and she just laughed in my face.
We were dancing for a very long time.
Say, old bones on a dance floor for like 3 hours?
Rough.
It's a hard life.
Came up with impromptu choreography to Super Trooper. I mean,
we are those divas.
Not everyone can be like us.
No. It's a great warm-up for your wedding.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yes. But,
yeah.
That's honestly about it.
Read or listen to audiobooks. Your choice.
Yes.
Get ready for Our Perfect Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's about it, gang.
Just trying to come up with something else to add to the list. Get sunshine while it's sunny out.
Yeah. You do that.
There you go.
And read off campus so you can watch the TV show.
Boom.
Viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, if you're not over the age of
18,
yeah. Because the show is not going to be rated. The show is apparently rated
TVMA.
MA, so
yeah.
If you're not 18, please don't read or watch.
Nope.
Alright, on that note.
That's it, gang.
See y'all.
See you in May.